Good morning, my friends. Today, I want to talk about something that touches every one of us. It's a topic that makes many people uncomfortable, a word that many try to avoid: failure. Failure is a universal experience. It's something we all face at some point, whether in relationships, careers, personal goals, or even our spiritual journeys. And yet, failure has an undeservedly bad reputation. What if I told you that failure is not your enemy but your greatest teacher? What if I told you that every failure is a stepping stone to success, shaping you into a stronger, wiser, and more resilient version of yourself? Let's dive into the transformative power of failure and how embracing it, rather than fearing it, can lead you to success. Think about a young child learning to walk. The child doesn't give up after falling once or twice. They stumble, they wobble, they fall, and they cry, but then they get back up and try again. Each failure teaches them balance, coordination, and perseverance. As adults, we tend to lose this childlike resilience. We let the fear of failure hold us back. But failure is a natural part of learning and growth. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, difficulties are things that show a person what they are. Failure tests our resolve and reveals our true character. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, adapt, and grow. If you're not failing, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. Embrace failure as a sign that you're reaching beyond your comfort zone, striving for something greater. The Bible reminds us that even in failure, God is working for our good. Romans chapter 8 verse 28 says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." Failure is often part of God's plan to refine us. Just as gold is purified through fire, our character is shaped through challenges and setbacks. King David, one of the greatest leaders in the Bible, faced many failures, moral failings, family struggles, and leadership crises. Yet, God used these failures to mold him into a man after His own heart. When you fail, don't see it as a sign of rejection from God. Instead, view it as an invitation to trust Him more deeply. Your failures don't define you, they refine you. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, and failure is the training ground for resilience. Every time you fail and choose to try again, you're building mental and emotional strength. Think about Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison's resilience in the face of repeated failures led to one of the greatest inventions in history, the light bulb. Resilience isn't about avoiding failure. It's about refusing to let failure defeat you. As the Japanese proverb says, "Fall 7 times, stand up 8. No matter how many times you fall, what matters is that you get back up. Failure forces us to confront our weaknesses, reevaluate our strategies, and seek new perspectives. It humbles us and keeps us grounded. It's a mirror that shows us where we need to improve. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." When we embrace the lessons of failure, we grow stronger and wiser. Take a moment to reflect on your past failures. What did they teach you? Maybe they revealed an area where you needed more preparation. Maybe they showed you the importance of perseverance. Or maybe they redirected you toward a path that was ultimately better for you. Some of the greatest innovations in history were born out of failure. The creators of Post-it notes were trying to develop a super strong adhesive but ended up with a weak, reusable glue instead. Rather than seeing this as a failure, they saw an opportunity, and a billion-dollar product was born. Failure pushes us to think differently, to adapt, and to innovate. It forces us to step outside the box and explore new possibilities. As Albert Einstein said, "Failure is success in progress. Perseverance is the key to turning failure into success." It's the determination to keep going, even when the odds are against you. The Apostle Paul understood this well. In Galatians chapter 6 verse 9, he encourages us, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." Think about the story of Job. He lost everything: his wealth, his family, and his health. Yet, he refused to give up on his faith. His perseverance ultimately led to restoration and blessing. No matter how many times you fail, don't give up. Keep moving forward, one step at a time. Success isn't about never falling. It's about rising every time you fall. Failure teaches us to appreciate the small victories and remain humble in our successes. It reminds us that we are not infallible and that we need others, our friends, our family, and our faith community, to support us. In Proverbs chapter 24 verse 16, it says, "For though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again." Failure humbles us but also inspires gratitude for the strength to rise again. Success isn't a straight line. It's a winding path filled with detours, obstacles, and setbacks. Every failure is a chapter in your story, not the final word. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." The obstacles you face are not barriers, they are stepping stones. When we face failure, it's easy to feel isolated. But remember, you are never alone. God is with you, offering strength and guidance. Surround yourself with people who encourage and uplift you. Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 9-10 reminds us, "Two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up." Lean on your community, and let them help you rise. Finally, remember this: your worth is not determined by your successes or failures. You are loved and valued simply because you are a child of God. Isaiah chapter 41 verse 10 says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." When you fail, don't let shame or self-doubt take root. Instead, remind yourself of your inherent worth and the limitless possibilities that lie ahead. So, what will you do the next time you face failure? Will you let it defeat you, or will you use it as fuel to propel you forward? Failure is not the end, it's the beginning of growth, learning, and transformation. Embrace it with courage. Face it with faith. Let it refine you into the person you were created to be. Remember, God's strength is made perfect in your weakness. The world's greatest leaders, innovators, and thinkers all faced failure, but they didn't give up. Neither should you. Rise, my friends. Embrace failure. Let it make you stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Your greatest success is waiting just beyond your greatest failure. Keep going. You've got this.